Blessings, everyone, and welcome to Exposing the Darkness this week. This week I want to talk about the Euphrates drying up and give us something to think about why we might need to be watching this and paying attention to what's going on. A lot of people's following it and making speculations about things concerning it. And I'm seeing a lot of people referencing Revelation 16:12. It says, "And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared." So this is leading up to Armageddon, the final battle of this age, when Christ comes back, is what that's referring to. And the river drying up so that they can so that the great armies from China and the other countries there can just cross over the Euphrates on dry ground. But I think we need to back up a little bit and really get a little bit more concerned about what's going on with the Euphrates, because they're skipping past a lot. In Revelations 9, verse 14, it says, "Saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates." And some translations say they're under, some says they're in, and the river has gotten down so far now they have found a series of caves, and they're speculating that, well, maybe it was this cave or that cave, because there's a bunch of them and they're just unusual caves in the riverbanks. So they're speculating, was this where the fallen angels or the demons was imprisoned, or was it this set over here? You know, the angels may have been released already, or they may not have been. That's why we need to study and come to our own conclusions and pray for God to guide us on understanding exactly what's going on there. So I'm just going to briefly cover Revelations 9. I want to encourage everybody to go back and study for themselves and see what you get out of it. Because everybody's going to draw something a little different on this to where we're at in relations to it. You know, we may not even be got to this stage yet, or we may be in this stage of history and don't realize it. So I just encourage you to do your own studies on it. And don't take my word, like I always say, don't take my word for it or any other pastor's word for it or anybody else. When it comes to spiritual issues and your soul and your salvation, always look it up for yourself in accordance to 2 Timothy. Or 1 Timothy 2:15, study to show yourself approved unto God, a workman rightly dividing the word of truth. When these demons or fallen angels are released from Euphrates, in verse 18 it tells us that death will come upon mankind through plagues. 1/3 of the earth's population will be killed by these plagues and pestilences and other things that are going on, that these demons have the authority to execute on the earth. And some are believing, and it's possible, I'm not going to say one way or the other, but some are believing that possibly the COVID is one of these plagues, because it has killed a lot of people around the world. I'm not going to say one way or the other because I don't know, so I'm not at liberty to say, because if I say something, I do my best to make sure it's accurate. But that's one of those things that's kind of uncertain. You kind of have to judge for yourself. In verses 20 and 21, it tells us about after all these people are died, and why they're dying is because of these same things that these others keep doing that survive. He says in verse 20 and 21, "These that still don't repent continue in their sins of worshiping demons and idols made of gold, silver, bronze, stone, and wood. Nor do they repent of their murders, magic arts, sexual immorality, or thefts." And we're seeing a major rise in sexual immorality in the last few years. We have politicians in various parts of the world trying to legalize child sex and child pornography. So just study and be cautious. Let's all kind of follow along what's going on. Stay blessed, and we'll continue to expose the darkness.